What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Rune Slayers, and today we're going to be going over the new update that they released at 12 a.m. in the morning, which includes new armors, emotes, private servers, teleportation scrolls, and much more. So without further ado, as always, if you guys have any questions or you want to leave a comment, leave it down below. And while you are down there, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications because it's all free and it helps me out a ton. Now, we're going to head over to the Discord first to check out the update logs. All right, and here we are on the Discord. As you can see, it released at 12:01 a.m. in the morning Central Time. And the first thing that they said is that along with this update, 5 race reroll tokens have been granted to every player in Rune Slayers as compensation. And you already know how Rune Slayer is. There is no compensation as of right now. I checked with Victoria. As you can see in the announcements, he even said that 5 slot race reroll, so you could reroll your own slot. But I talked to Victoria. She said I had no race reroll tokens. So have fun with that, I guess. Maybe it's just normal race rerolls, which is a little annoying because I want to reroll my slot. But let's move on. They also disabled trading as of right now until there's a fix. There's a new boss world notification, which we've probably already seen since they shadow dropped it earlier. It's basically an event GUI on your screen that appears with these 5 bosses. So if an Elder Tree Ant, Dire Bear, Yeti, Ice Golem, or Slime King spawns on the map, it'll show an event GUI on the right hand side of your screen that shows you that it spawned. There's also new teleportation scrolls that was implemented in the game. They said that each village has an NPC you could talk to, and then they'll give you a quest, which will then give you a teleportation scroll. Now, I looked over every single village in this game, up and down, left and right, nook and cranny, and I could not find 2 or 3 teleportation NPCs, which includes the Taylorshire, the one at the beach, the Wintershire, the one in the tundra area, and then the Winter City. I forgot the name, but it's like another city inside the tundra, but it's a lot bigger. I could not find those 3 NPCs. So if you guys could tell me where those are, let me know. But the other 3 NPCs, Wayshire, Ashenshire, and Lakeshire, I found those 3. So for Wayshire, the NPC is on a rock next to a little pond. You could talk to him. What he wants you to do is he wants you to collect 10 eggs, kill 30 mandrakes, and then kill 15 beavers. In order to get the eggs, you gotta hit the chickens. I just use Arcane Storm. In order to get the mandrakes, you just kill them near the farm. If you want to kill the beavers, head behind Wayshire until you see this little river leading down to these wooden homes. Kind of looks like mountains. Just collect them and then beavers will spawn. I recommend just hopping servers if there's not enough there. Once you complete the quest, you will get the scroll. And how the scroll works is that whenever you're far enough away from the town, you could use it. It will then consume focus, you know, the green little bar, and then it'll teleport you back to that town that you used the scroll for. Now, as you know, Rune Slayer is a very buggy game, so people have been saying that if you teleport back using the scroll, you actually get a speed glitch, and then of course, if you leave the game, you lose the scroll, and you can't redo the quest, which is an amazing feature, by the way. Now, for Ashenshire, the NPC is inside the inn on the 2nd floor. He wants you to create an ice protection potion, a heat protection potion, and an invisibility potion. Earlier on, players that did this actually weren't able to get credit when creating an ice protection potion or a cold protection potion, just because the devs spelled protection wrong and added an apostrophe, so it didn't count to the quest, which is amazing. Great addition, devs. It then fixed this, but you know, another thing to point out for bug slayers. And then finally, for the NPC quest at Lakeshire, he's the one in front of the fish seller NPC. Talk to him, and what he wants you to do is to kill 2 hill trolls, 4 imps, and 2 fiends. The hill trolls inside the mountain near the beastman camp, the imps are in hell, the first layer, and then the fiends are at the very bottom. Once you do that, you'll get the Lakeshire TP scroll. Moving on, they also implemented a Beastiary in the game, and the Beastiary will let you know every single mob in Rune Slayer, including their drops and the drop rates. So if you don't know, this icon right here is actually the Beastiary. It pulls up a book, which is really cool, and it shows you every single creature from A to Z, and once you've killed them, you'll get to know their loot table drops and the rarity. But I believe you have to actually get those drops first to see the rarity of them, because as you can see, I've killed many rune golems. I've gotten all the rarity drops or percentages for these items right here, but since I haven't gotten Assurance Gauntlets, I still don't know the percent drop for that. And it also tells you the known locations in the region. I believe it doesn't tell you for every single mob, but for most of them, like the Mandrake King, you can find him in the wilderness in the Mandrake Cave. So it's a really nice addition in my opinion. The next thing that they added is emotes by just pressing N. If I press N and hold it down, as you can see, I have different emotes like salute, wave, point, etc. You could buy a random emote for 50 Robux. I am not doing that. And you could increase your emote slot by 100 Robux, and I am not doing that. But if I use an emote, as you can see, it just plays it. Honestly, I've been waiting for this for a while now since, I don't know, I just like emotes in RPG games. They also added private servers to Rune Slayers, where you can do everything else except for grinding reputation and accessing the tundra. So if I head back to the main menu, you could see that there's a new GUI at the bottom right of your screen. Right here, enter a private server code. Now, in order to get a private server, you have to actually pay 1,000 Robux, which is insane. So if you have a little bit of money you want to spare, you could buy that. But for me, I'll just stick with the public servers. Now from here, everything else is going to be pulled on the Discord. But what they've added is they added 3 new gauntlets, the Direwolf gauntlets, Yeti gauntlets, and Ice Dragon gauntlets, 6 new armor kits, the Cyclops Striker set, Boreal Geese Striker set, Cyclops Medium set, Cyclops Heavy set, Direwolf Mage set, and Yeti Mage set. They also added 3 new rings, the Iskale ring, I call it Ezekiel, but I'm pretty sure it's Iskale now, dropped from the Ice Dragon, Yeti ring dropped from the Yeti, Ice Golem ring dropped from the Ice Golem, and then 3 new capes. Similarly to the rings, there's the Dragon Cape White, dropped from the Ice Dragon, Dragon Cape Black, dropped from the Ice Dragon, and then Ice Golem Cape, dropped from the Ice Golem. And then at the bottom, they added a bunch of balances and tweaks to all these classes right here, so you could look over them on the screen. All I know is that for magicians, your passives are now permanently within your kit. So greater strength, greater dexterity, and greater intelligence can now be used as spells permanently. They also had some more bug fixes and optimization. And finally, something else that wasn't added in the update log, which is that the Ice Dragon Iskale drop rates were increased and Yeti drop rates were also increased. So that's it. That is the new Runeslayer update. Tell me what you guys think. Honestly, if it actually worked, it'd be decent. But you know, Runeslayer is known for bugs. I'll see you guys later. Peace.